It is time for another alt update, and I hope that you weren't one of those people who was believing that Bitcoin was going down to $52,000. That is what they wanted you to believe, and I hope that you loaded up when it was logically making sense to load up at the triple point of support that I'd been talking about on this channel. And so I hope you're in. I hope that you have seen decent returns over these last couple of weeks, but I did want to give an alt season update as I've done the last few weeks here. And just to say, and just to communicate with you again, that I do believe that we are on the way, ready to move higher to a new entry, a new level where we can see potentially alt season coming soon. So what does that update look like? We will examine that in this video. Before we do so, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. And while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit that subscribe button. I am live multiple times a week. I try to make as much content as possible all throughout the week, just trying as much as possible to keep up with this rapidly evolving crypto space. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification button as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in. So just a reminder, 2 weeks ago, I made a video asking, is alt season imminent? Ethereum, Solana, and he ready to explode, ? And then I followed it up with another video last week, when alt season, an update for the impatient, including myself. Check that out. We are still very much on the same trajectory. I have expressed that these things do take time, but we can see signs of a move up to alt season, and so I want to give some updates on that in this video. First of all, I do want to point out from Bitcoin again just where we are with Bitcoin, and I want to mention again the triple level of support that I was talking about. Resistance on the downtrend, resistance, big fake out to the downside, busting up through that, busting through the resistance, SR flip, holding that as support, and then that trend line coming in to the previous monthly high, the all-time high from the previous bull run on a monthly candle, on a monthly close at least, at 61,411, and seeing how well that held as support, holding that as support, bouncing off of it, maybe starting a new uptrend here. We'll see. We have gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves, even the 20-day EMA being at $63,482 or so. We're a little bit ahead of ourselves, seeing Bitcoin at $67,000 on Friday. And so maybe we're going to start some kind of an uptrend, but we do need to see a change of character here. So you can see higher high, lower low, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. This ray, this horizontal ray that I drew here, was resistance on Friday, and we break through that. We do have a change of character on the daily chart. That is a good sign that we are ready for another uptrend, perhaps another move beyond the all-time high of $73,800. Sell in May and go away has been proven to be wrong for this year. So I was not a believer in that for 2024. That wasn't the case in 2023. 2022 was sell in 2022 and go away. That was the case in 2021. It wasn't the case in 2020. It wasn't the case in 2019. There's no reason really to believe that sell in May and go away is a thing for crypto for 2024 after the Bitcoin halving. So that looks good. Bitcoin is looking good. And so what does that mean for altcoins? Well, let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is a weekly chart, and we are seeing, somebody pointed this out to me yesterday, and I thank you for that, the uptrend, the channel, the ascending channel that we are in. Ascending channels break to the downside 68% of the time. This will most likely not break to the upside. I would say it's a much better than a 68% chance that we would see Bitcoin break to the upside and then hold this ascending channel as support. That is very unlikely on the weekly chart. Most likely what's going to happen is that the ascending channel is going to break to the downside, and then considering we are above the 2023 high for Bitcoin dominance, that might provide some support at some point. But then we'd be looking down to the 2022 high, the next level of support. And if we break through the 2022 high in terms of Bitcoin's dominance, it is going to be full-blown alt season. I mean, the kind of move that we would see, what would happen? We would see Bitcoin get above $73,000, hold it as support, move up to maybe 80, maybe 90, maybe $100,000, and then start to slow down a little bit, but maybe even climb a decent amount. But then alts would go on an absolute tear, and that's how we would see Bitcoin's dominance descend. And I would expect to go to the lower 40s, maybe even under 40 for Bitcoin's dominance. So this can take time. I mean, again, this is a weekly chart. This can take multiple weeks. Maybe we would get to 58% over a span of multiple weeks. Maybe we would get to 60%. But at some point, we're going to see Bitcoin's dominance lose support in this channel, lose support in the 2023 high, lose the 2022 high as support, and then we're going to see a significant move down in Bitcoin's dominance. Total 2 is looking fine, but you just got to be patient. Now, a reminder, we are back on the daily chart, and you can see this triangle formation here. The idea that this would break down to the downside seems very unlikely to me. We did have a breakdown to the downside already, so we break to the upside most likely, and then we do have resistance on this descending trend line. Break that to the upside, hold that as support, move on to the 702 retrace. When we break through the 702 retrace, which my assumption, I'm going to remind you, is that would happen sometime in late July, early August. After a break through the 702 retrace, I am telling you, it is game on for altcoin season. So what does that look like? I don't know, but it's a span of a few months here. But I do expect that we are going to be gearing up, breaking through these levels, breaking through resistance, and then when the time comes, we're going to be ready to explode. So again, that may not feel imminent to you. The idea that this is only months away, having been in this since, well, I mean, barely been in this for a long time, but been of the mindset that when looking forward to this moment, since Bitcoin bottomed out in 2020, I've been waiting for this day, and 2022, November of 2022. I've been waiting for this day for a while. A few months does not feel like that significant of a time. That feels imminent to me, and I hope so to you as well. We're not talking about tomorrow with this, but we're talking about soon. We are talking about soon. So that's where I'm landing with all of this. Now, I do want to remind you a couple things with this channel. So let's wait for this to load. But you can join this channel as a member, and you have access to perks. And I do want to tell you, I'm going to be talking about a low cap AI cryptocurrency that I'm going to make a TikTok about, and I believe is going to see a significant move up short term. And I do alert my members of my channel and my subscribers on TikTok before I make a video like that, because it can have an effect on the price of that short term. So it could end up being a good short term play. If you join this channel as a member, you have an option to take advantage of that kind of a perk. But we do have member only live streams every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We focus a lot more on technical analysis in those videos. And if you want to try your hand at trading, here's my recommendation. Sign up for 3 free months of NordVPN. I don't get any benefit to that aside from they will give me 3 free months as well. And then also sign up for BingX. Use NordVPN, connect to Australia or something like that, and you can use BingX, and they have no issues with that. Click on the link, use my referral code. All of this is in the description section of this video. But anyway, that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will most certainly be seeing you next week and in the members only live streams and during my regular live streams as well. Have a good one, everybody. Until next time, peace.